My name is Ajibade John. I'm an Information Security Administrator at Virtually Testing Foundation. This is Business Etiquette Task 8, and I'll be talking about my past accomplishment as an Information Security Administrator at Virtually Testing Foundation for the couple of weeks, over 7 weeks now. So let me take you on the journey. Let's dive in. My past accomplishment as an Information Security Administrator, the experience has been awesome. There is a great company that I've been working with to gain hands-on experience, practical experience, and to really know how the field is going to be like out there. So it's really been amazing. I'll be talking about the first thing I learned, which is a report writing using APA format. Using APA format in writing my report as a professional cybersecurity analyst, in writing my format, in report format, number one, I got to know all text must be double spaced. It's very important, not single space, not 1.5, not 2.5. It must be double spaced. Then I use one each margin on all sides, both the left and right. Margins must be one each. All paragraphs in the body are indented, very important. Then I make sure that the title is centered on the page with my name, school, and institution underneath. Bringing this to professional world, it has to be your company, then your job title, very important. The standard font to use throughout is 12 point, very important. I use 12 point for every of my report to make sure it's properly done. The note pages are numbered in upper right hand corner, very important. So that's number one thing, and one of my accomplishments. Every of my report was done in this manner. Then I was able to understand military attack, which is very important, threat hunting and detection. I was able to detect threat actors by analyzing and understanding their motives and detecting their mode of operation due to previous attack that has happened before. So using this understanding, I was able to detect threat hunting, then mapping and forming plan of action, the vulnerability management. I was able to minimize the vulnerability found in an enterprise network. Then I was able to use Nmap for network scanning to detect vulnerability, to detect open ports, the service that is running on each port. For example, your HTTP that runs on the port 80, HTTPS that run on 443, then SSH that run on port 21, the ones that run on port 20, different ports and the services that run on them. I was able to master these and I was able to put them into practice. It's really been amazing. Then I got one of the accomplishments is open source intelligence, which is OSINT. I was able to do information gathering during my penetration testing work, like domain name server, getting to know the domain name server, how to convert the website name to IP address, then how to find leak data or sample of the website to get some of this information in the showdown, then cr2.sh, especially. Then another thing is subdomain enumeration, then breach detection. Then another thing I was able to do shatter monitoring. Perhaps you have a reputation. Look, you can use this to monitor what people are saying about you, the discussion they're having about you. Then network traffic, which is very important. Someone might be eavesdropping into your network. Using OSINT skills and methodology helps to detect who is eavesdropping on your network. Then another skill is network security. What is security? Security is keeping a property or a particular place or a zone safe, applying necessary security measures. Now, network security consists of policies, processes, and practices adopted to prevent, detect, and monitor unauthorized access. Also, the misuse, this is internet threat, modification, or denial of a computer network and network accessible resources. The policies put in place by the company that has to be enforced by network security engineers. Then the configuration of your firewall, the configuration of your wireless, you have to break them into SSID. You put each devices based on the functions and what they do on SSID. So that the device A that is meant for administrator won't be talking to a device that is meant for a manager. So I was able to do all this configuration effectively. Then CTRI, which refers to the information security model made up of three main endpoints, which is confidentiality. When data are being transferred over the network, the confidentiality is very important. Nobody must be able to eavesdrop or to detect or to decode the hash of the data being sent. Then the integrity, whatever message is being sent from A and receiving at B must be the same. Then the availability the network must be configured in such a way it is always available. There is something called redundancy. If a section of the network is down, and ensure it is structured in such a way a Wi-Fi or a router is up immediately when one is down. This is part of the hands-on practice I was able to learn during my internship. Then the last but not least, practical ethical hacking, which is the best and the most sweetest part of it all. I was able to learn web application security, which is one of the most challenging parts, most challenging thing enterprises are really facing nowadays. Then I was able to learn Linux and Windows privilege escalation. What is privilege escalation? This is the process by which a user with limited access to IT system can increase the scope and scale of their access permission. For example, an ordinary user who is able to manipulate the system and become become an admin user to execute and have access to restricted files. That then adds on practice. Then I was able to put this into practice by writing a corrupted level 1. Then how do I get this done? I use Metasploit, which is for automation. I use my Nmap scan to scan the IP address. I was able to discover the vulnerability in the SSL, the SSH, then the Apache, that is the Apache server that is running on the machine. I was able to exploit these three vulnerabilities and was able to root the Corp3's machine. So I believe this has been a basic understanding of what I learned during my internship. Thank you very much.